everybody that I know.
Yeah, they down with this. Cause they down with this.
You try, but you can't see me.
Cause I'm down with this.
Whakarongo and you know.
Yeah, I'm down with this.
Hey, Tefano, look who's in the house. Me, ka tika. Anei te special Haka Yarns post Matatini wrap up e hoa ma.
Hai.
Kei kone maua. Kei kone ano hoki te tuahine. Anipātene.
Kia ora e te whānau.
Yes. Okay. How are we feeling?
E tauana. I think still in a little bit of disbelief at the moment. Kāre anō kia tino tau, kia taka te kapa.
Yes.
Engari, kei konei te taonga, me te mihi hoki. E rongo ana i te aroha o te motu whānui. Fielded, over 50 messages over the last couple of days, and yeah, everyone sharing their love. So very,
It's pretty mean. Tuahine?
Ai, rite tonu ana kia Kereama. Kaore anō kia taurawa, kei ngā rangi tonu taku poho, mō te iwi. Engari, e miharo te wiki.
I would say e te whānau, I'll be honest, I'm probably the one gloating the most. You guys, all of our friends, I've bumped into Kereama multiple times at different sort of stages, at different nights. And I would say I'll be the one that's been gloating the most. Hoi anō. I did want to say, and I tia ki hau I tēnei kōrero e te whānau, who would have thought that, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, that we'd be right here with the Duncan in front of the Haka Yarns set. Because, 5 years ago when we started this, we were on a couch with a phone. And now, boom! It's amazing. And e mihi ana kia koutou, e ngā whānau. How many people, I lost count of how many people were asking, before Te Matatini even was on, where's Haka Yarns, blah, 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 blah. Nā koutou I tino whakapuapua I te tangata nei, kia aki nui I a mātou, and here we are.
Yes. I was telling the bro before Matatini, bro, give the people what they want.
Yeah.
Kēnei ngā tangata I whakapāo mai ki te ki, hey, kei hea Haka Yarns.
Yeah.
Hoi anō, ko tutu ki te kaupapa, ko whai taima tātou, o tira mātou ki te whakatā, anā ko tai te wākia. Kia kōrero hia. Te atāhua o te kaupapa.
Yeah.
Te Matatini.
Nō reira, ke tīmata pēr tātou, ki te pōhiri. I tīmata me te pōhiri. That was the first time I got to see you fellas in the official capacity. And we must say as well, sitting behind camera, we've got Mr. Tawira Maitawhiti in the house. We've also got two Haurangi in the background as well. And it was real cool seeing all of you fellas. Seeing all the whānau. That's the first time seeing the competition.
Yeah. No, it was beautiful, and I me mihi kia te taipa mā me te KΑHUI nā rātou te pōhiri I whakairo, I whakarite. Yes, I was, very proud to see the way it unfolded, and ngā poimanu e rere ana, me te mauri, me te aroha I rangona.
Your sister looked beautiful.
Yes.
She came over, most of the te aroas were sitting yarning in the shade, there behind the ope manuhiri, really. And so she came over and she probably did another 20 million kisses.
Yeah.
She looked beautiful.
It was beautiful to see her in there repping our taranaki side. Ai tūhoki taku tuahine mō ngā waihotanga, te whātere diamond, nō reire mihi ana kia koutou. But yeah, I thought it was beautiful display of humility and I mean, koira te kāinga o te rongomau, te whitiranga ko tohu. And so, very proud.
Pēa ke a koe te tuahine?
Yeah, ia tāhua rawa atu, tautoko nei ngā kōrero. On top of that too, I thought it was cool seeing everyone's merch.
Yes.
I rawa atu te kite I ngā kākahu a tēnā,
Ngāti Whakaue's merch was pretty good.
Well, yeah, none of the ladies look stunning.
Yeah. Well, I had to
Just the ladies.
te
Oh,
tīmata.
and the
Just
voice
the ladies. No, rite ngā kākahu o ngā tāne ki era o tūhaurangi. Hey, you guys have the same?
Montel's in here. Tawira's merch was pretty cool. You guys had like a little bit of a sporty sort of vibe going on. I liked it.
Everyone had mean merch, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, we were here. The ladies had mean ones. But hey.
Yeah.
Evidently, It's not about what you wear off stage. Hey, yeah.
Well, I think there
maybe
is-
for you guys it is.
I don't know, I feel like it was a bit of a competition in itself.
Yeah,
being,
it was.
Kākahu.
I saw one whānau, I think they were an Aussie group. They had hardcore like leather vests.
Oh, yes.
It was pretty raw. Oh, yeah.
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 And was it an all around cowboy theme or something?
Yes, because
Something happened.
The cowboy hats.
Yeah,
and-
I think actually thinking about it now, I don't think Ngāti Whakaue had the best. I think only two had the best on stage.
But I think there was a sense of anticipation because of what happened at the Pōhiri in Matangirua with the Neke Mai. And actually I saw Tuku at the New World the day before, and Mea Kia, no reira, he hanga kaupapa ka aputa i ako I te Pōhiri. He goes, kare au te haere. Me te haere ki te hahauporo.
But I thought about that too. You're
Yeah.
quite right. Everyone was thinking about that. Tainui mea roa ke katua kingi, ne,
Yeah.
ki te kōrero. Tāmaki, which I thought was funny. Taiaha speaking for tāmaki. E reke ko tāna whānau kei rau te tai toke rau.
But
Oh,
it set the tone
Yes.
for me. Nā te Pōhiri, te Māori o te wiki I whakatau, and if you stepped out on the line, then you look like a real asshole.
Yeah. Pono. I totally got that.
Yeah. So it was great. It was great.
And koe anō te iho o te matua, the hangi rangatira?
Lewi.
No, from Taranaki, Ruka.
Ai roka.
He owns a hangi
Yes.
pot maker te whānau. You should buy them. We bought some. They're great. He named every group.
Yeah.
That would have been a mission.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good to boo boo. And I don't think he read it. Because we were behind. I couldn't
Apparently
see.
it's his party trick thing.
Oh, nera.
Mai I te ngāra I te aute.
Right.
Apparently that's his thing.
What, memorising stuff?
Must be. But yeah, no, that was very impressive.
It was.
Kamatu I a tahua ngā kai kōrero katoa. Hey, it set the tone not too long. The Pōhiri was what, 3 hours? That was it?
As soon as...
Started a bit late.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was emotional. Te whakahoki mai te mate o Ricky, I tino rongo I te aroha o Pōtiki. O te rā o te motu, eh?
Yeah.
I te rongo I te pikau I te rā taumahatanga. Yeah, it was beautiful.
So, 4 pools at this Matatini. And let me tell you, Haka's was on. Ne? I got to say, I was helping out in the broadcast on the first day, on the Tuesday. I got to say, Manutaki started with a bang.
Yeah.
They were mean. And I will say that maybe if they were 7th or 8th
Later,
on
yeah,
stage on that same day, I think they probably would have made the finals.
Tino Hoani Waititi te tū, ne?
Hoani Waichichi.
Yeah, I loved it.
That's my sister, that's my nieces and all of them. They wanted to watch that. Te Hagara wanted to watch that 20 million times. She stayed with us over the weekend. Yeah.
Papa Anaru.
Yep.
Hey, the goat.
Yep.
No, I rawe ki au te mataki Manutaki. And some of us were saying that the first pool wasn't a very tough pool. Engari, I te mutunga iho. I rawe ngā kapai tū.
Any honourable mentions? Give us the synopsis of the pools. E te tuahine? No? Okay.
Well, I liked
That's
Hikurangi.
staying in.
I really loved Hātea.
Yes.
I did. Even their poi, I thought that was a really catchy tune. I tatarawa atu rātou. Engari, tino piki ki taumata ki atu. So, mihi nui ana kia koutou Hātea.
I spoke to Otene this morning, and I told them that too. I said, gee, I think this is your best ever stand. They are knocking on the door.
Yeah.
More so than ever before Taitokero.
Taitokero, yep.
I think
Well, they
Taitokero
came-
are better than some of our other Ohiashi.
Yep. I tua whā a Hātea I roto I te ihu.
Yep.
Just behind Tūhaurangi.
Half a mark.
Half a mark. No reira
Half a mark.
E arohana ki a Hātea. I tūtaku whanaunga ma Hātea. Mahue? No
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good, that's his wahine doing
Yes.
the videos.
Yes.
Good to see the cousin in there. Yeah.
No,
Even
it was
though
good.
he's Ngāti Porou hard.
Honourable mention before we read out Te Rārangi, Te uri o te Taitokero, Tim, who, if you remember, was in my all-time haka group.
Yep.
TPM had the most stylish haka all of Matatini, I reckon.
Oh, Whangaras was up there for me.
Oh, TPMs was styly, particularly the first day. Oh,
Yep.
Ngāuri o te taitokero Tim and Kaharo.
Yeah.
Oh, they were stylish. Anyway, let's read them out, eh?
Okay.
This is our little analysis of tahi ki te takaumārua.
Yep. Ma Anipātene.
Yeah, you do it.
Better you than me. Number 1, te Pauamanga Tāwhiri for Tehu.
Yep.
And they were actually the highest placing.
They took out the
They
prelims.
took out prelims. So Paki tātou kia second year. Second year in a row, I believe.
Yeah.
in a
I'm
row.
pretty sure they did it last time too.
They topped the prelims. Nō reira mihi ana kia koutou. And obviously beat Apanui on the first day. Tūhurangi, Tuatoru. Tua Whāhātea. Tua Rima o Pōtiki. Manutaki, Tua Ono. Hikurangi Pariha, who I enjoyed. And I hoki mai rātou ki te hāpita o te riri. Really brought...
Te Hemara's brother was great.
I tino ngahau, eh?
Ai, tino ngāhi, tino Ngāti Porou nei te tū.
Tino.
And, you know, I tino horai wei rungi te pauka waiatai. So I loved it. And then te pai kahurangi. There was a bit of hype about te pai kahurangi.
Tēnā koe hinu rewa.
Hinu rewa.
Tātaki. Hey.
Yeah.
Me Chey anoho ki, but we've seen Chey, but hinu rewa. Oh, when she came out, I was standing ovation.
Yeah, no, beautiful. Whirikoko and Te Hikaroa. Iwa. Te rerenga kōtuku. Te kura nui o Pairangi me te uri o Manu. Te kapau Ngāti Whātua. Me ngā manu atane.
Kia ora.
Yeah.
I will say, I was shocked that O Pōtiki's whakaeke wasn't up there because I think Rāmari's karanga alone
I think,
would have made them win just the karanga.
I think if there was a karanga trophy,
Right.
Rāmari would have got it.
I rongo ahau,
She deserved it.
I rongo, I tatatangi ahau, because there was a bit of a mauri.
Te kia tui te kotahi miniti there.
Oh, it was super long, but no, I don't think anyone was like yawning.
No.
It was beautiful.
No. And then te Māori hoki o te KΑ'UI te whakaike.
Yeah, they were beautiful.
And yeah, it was actually quite emotional watching O Pōtiki.
Yeah, it was. And I will make mention, Takutaina, he was in Manutaki, and because O Pōtiki were only two groups after Manutaki, he comes sprinting out, and then because I was standing on the side, we saw each other, cheer, but he was I'm just trying to get here before Pōtiki there, and then, so he got in there, but it was O Pōtiki, man, they did something.
It can't have been easy, you know, that whole campaign. Rātou e whakariterite ana I a rātou. No aha koa te tini o ngā mate I rungi I a rātou. E ara I te mea ko ruka anake.
Koia.
E whāpea ngā mate o te kapa tonu I te pikahia I rātou. So hats off to Thomas and Renee, who obviously ieke I te kaitātaki wahine anō hoki. O te motu. Mihi ana ki te tuahinea kia Renee. I te mai me te pakari o te tū.
E mea anō I te puna o te ihu, ai kōrero mā tātou.
Nā, karekau engari, mihi nui ana ki awa kapa katoa. I miharo tauara. It was cool. I remember waking up early in the morning, 8:30 a.m. I had my TV on, ready to watch the beginning of Te Matatini.
Karekui haere.
We had practice. Kereama made us have practice.
No, on Tuesday. Oh, yeah, Tuesday. Yeah. So that's tērā, tehu.
Yeah.
Koke ana ki te haumi. Standouts mo te haumi?
Standouts for me, I mean, honestly, I think like in the afternoon, afterwards, Ngā Tūmanako came on, I was like, if the competition ended that night, Ngā Tūmanako would have won to me. When I was looking at it, I felt like...
They were pretty sharp, eh?
They were...
Extra sharp.
Raw.
Yeah.
They were pretty good. And like, everyone was mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I'm not hating on anyone,
Yeah.
but that was what I felt. After watching them on the TV, I didn't watch them live, but after watching them, because we were practicing too.
Ngā tūmanako, so tuatahi, ōrite, ngā tūmanako rāko I Angitu. I reirau, I te wā I tū ai a Angitu. I was there, I was up on the hill watching Angitu on the first day, and it was impressive.
It was.
It was impressive.
I got him a hita piri.
It's like a tsunami.
Yeah, it was a bit, eh?
Yeah.
I got him a hita piri.
And yeah,
He's pushing the art form.
Yep.
G.
Well, for me, what that was doing was putting the pressure on the judges, eh?
Yep.
Kei te tautoko koutou I tēnei kaupapa.
Yep.
And, you know, me mihi ai ki a pere, mohi o tonu a pere, nui tō tātou aroha ki aia. But it's time. It's time to have that discussion.
It is. And okay, he didn't get kaitata ki tāne or whatever now, but hei ngā tau e tū mai nei, ka kitea ngā hua o era whakapaunga kaha.
Aha koa te wini I te taonga kaore rānei. Ko te mea nui, you're sending the message to our tamariki, eh?
Oh yeah, 1000%.
Kia mōhio ai wā tātou tamariki uenuku. Aha koa te tuakiri o te tangata, he mana tōna, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Another honourable mention for me was Rangiura.
I want to honourably mention Angi too as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Go.
Mihi ana kia korua piripia nani wai tai hoki atu au ki te mātaki Angi too in person.
Snuck away.
Yes, I was there. Nā e miharo rau atu, I rawe ki au ngā kōrero a pere.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
katoa ngā kōrero I hāngai, ana he mea whakatumatu mai te tangata.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Me te kaitata ki wahine.
Ai, yes.
I don't know her name,
Juliana?
but she's got savage on her
Savage,
arm.
yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, they're beautiful.
Ai, ai, a tāhua rau atu.
Tāhua.
Yeah.
Tāhua.
Kaha hoki tāna reo,
Yep.
eh?
Yep.
Yeah.
They have
Another,
been through the rotation of kaitata.
but I think they
That's
had
beautiful.
the right, they got the right balance this year.
Yeah.
I'll have to say. The other one, and probably some people say that they should have made, well, they came fourth, is ngā purupuru o te tai hauauri. Koera te honga kapa o te kāinga, I tino kiau nei, I tino taranaki te tū.
Me pehe e kore ai.
Well,
You
e
got
hare
Miss
te mea.
Pui, and you got the
Yeah.
young taranaki
And
girl.
so
there.
Aroha also, mihi ana ki te tuahine, me te whanaunga ki Aroha, I eke hoki ia I te tūranga kaitata ki wahine.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was beautiful, uniquely different, uniquely taranaki. Some people think that they probably should have gotten, but I think they'll be happy with fourth place.
Yeah.
I roto I te puna, well, okay, maybe not. But
Yeah. O whakaro?
Ia, ia tāhua rātou. I wai mari au I taua pōtonu I tai atu rātou ki tō taua hōtera, ki te kai, ana I tuku I aku mihi kia rātou. Yeah, miharo.
That's one thing. I'm jumping time slots here. We also went to your guys' hotel for Kai. It must be that one hotel
Yeah.
where the only place they
Everyone
can
will be-
cater to groups of people.
Ai.
we'll be walking around and, oh, kia ora koutou.
Yes.
When there was
Honest.
like, there was us, there was a KāHUI, there was Aikaro, there was an Aussie team in there as well.
Yeah.
And then obviously you guys, Apanui. I was like, this is
Yeah.
the merry-go-round.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
actually, on that note, it was actually beautiful staying with Apanui. So, koutou kare te mohio I noho tahi mātou ko te whānau Apanui, ki te hōtera kotahi. I karaki a tahi mātou I te pō o te Matangirua announcement, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful to, I mean, would it have been like that if we stayed with another couple from Te Aroha? I don't know. Because, well, actually it was good staying with each other in Auckland, eh? Engari, I tino a tāhua te noho tahi ki ngā toa o mua.
Me ngā toa o nai ane.
Me te kite I tā rātou.
Is that what you were going to say?
And just to see how they operated, you know. Yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. So
No,
anyway,
yeah, pono.
coming back to those.
That's an insight. How did they operate?
Oh, very professional.
Yeah.
Very professional, and it was funny to see the contrast actually. It was the morning of the finals. We were all at breakfast, and they were all there, all in their polos and stuff. Ka taia tū mātou koe te heke te mautonu o rātou kakamoe,
90s.
90s, gown.
Gown.
You know, so there are things that we still have to work on.
Our tuahine Anipātene over here, she's a 90s lady. She likes the girl. She just had a robe on about half an hour.
Yeah. So little things like that, very professional. But you
Yeah.
know, they've been at the top for a long time, and so kei te ako tōnia.
Tētahi atu mea me kōrero, tātou te haumi, ko te hokinga mai o te wakahui ia, ki roto I te Matangirua. I guess we can talk about that as well.
Yep.
But then,
Yep.
ko te putunga o tētahi kua roa e tūanga I roto I ngā finals, and ko I te kahurangi. I think that this puna, te haumi, like even though there were other punas that were, let's call them the puna o te mate,
Yep.
this was a pretty ruthless puna as well.
Yep.
definitely.
Yeah. So tuatahi ngā tūmana koe nangi tū, tuarua te wakahuia, tuatoru te itikahurangi, unfortunately. Tua whā ngā purapura o te taihau auru, rangiura, me mihi a rangiura, me ngā kaupapa whakapātari i kauea mai e rātou ki te atamira.
I love their haka.
Yes, I loved it. E kōrero ana, ai.
Kai whakawāma.
Kai whakawāma.
What was the line? Ka pai, what maka, whatever. I like it, man.
Te tini o rehua, tua ono, Ngāti Ranginui, te kurumaru te ata whai pūmanoa no ahi te reiria, kōkō tangiwai no Waitaha, kia ngāwari no te tauihu, ngā hau e whā, ke muri hiku, and te ringa kaha.
A lot of new teams in there.
A lot of new teams and a lot of te waipounami teams.
Yep.
Actually, almost all of them in the same pool.
That's one thing that we picked up I te rātou ne Anipātene, that these actual rohes, these punas were like rohe battles.
Ai,
They were local derbies, really.
Definitely.
Like the Tamaki derby and Te Waipounamu derby, this puna.
I watched Te Kurumarutea and Kia Ngāwari live, and obviously Te Kurumarutea is going viral everywhere because of the waiata tira. Engari, me mihia kia Tom Alessandra ma. I te atahua o ngā mahi. And I'm not just saying that because you put my nephew in the team, but even though he should have been in the middle. But I really enjoyed the performance.
Yeah, cool. Anything else, Trainer?
Ai, mihi ana ki ngā whanaunga, ki aku whanaunga no Ngāti Ranginui, mi haro tawa tū.
Yes.
Yeah, I te haumi.
Ai, and another point to be made is te ata whai pū manoa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams from Aotearoa. No ahi te reiria. It's okay, koera tētahi aku ki te nganui i tēnei tau, ana I ahua kitea tērā I tāmaki, kei te tino piki ngā kapa o raro, e whanake ana, ngā rohe, kāore anō kia eke ki te taumata, kei te tino piki rātou, kitea tērā, te waipounamu me ahi te reiria.
I want to mihi to KΑHUI whā ki Murihiku. Now there's a lot of first timers in there, but this is a real first timer. Yeah. I would imagine all of them might not have stood at a Matatini before, you know?
Me.
So mihi ana kia rātou.
Apai tū kai pō,
Ai, koke ana, te kei,
Ai.
you guys, puna. First up, how was that? Going first, ne?
Well, we feel like nā te wāhi ngaro I tohu. They gave us a bit of a warm-up at the regionals. I te mea I tūtuatahi mātou I te regionals. No reire I mārama mātou ki te momo rautaki. Hey, so we had a strategy that we had already implemented at the regionals, and it's more a mentality thing.
I would say because, when Kereama and I would be having social cordials and different huis, I would, little jabs to both Kereama and Anipātene, to be fair, I'd be saying, I've got you fellas to win it, but you need to make it into the finals first, because he piki maunga tira, going first, and evidently, you blew the maunga out of the water. But, in terms of preparation, I mean, you guys aren't the moko type team, so it's not like you need to wake up at 1 a.m., What was that like, the prep?
Well, our preparation is, once everyone's ready, it's like maybe 2 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's quite short.
Yeah.
But, really focused. And I won't say what I say to
Yeah, don't tell them exactly what we do.
But
Why not?
No, because koera pēr te.
Engari, ko te mea nui, ko te I ngā haratau, kei te whakarite ki te hinengaro, me te whakapono, koera te mea nui.
Koia.
Koa ngā mahi, me kounga ngā mahi, engari, he mea nui te whakapono e ni koera, tētahi o ngā kōrero nui I whakaputahia. In addition to, you're on first, you want to set the standard so high that no one's going to reach it. All of that sort of kōrero. Just to kind of amp yourself up and you need to believe it.
It was mean. We were there because Ngāti Rangiwihi, we came to watch all the Te Arawa teams. It weren't on our day, unlike someone else in this show. Anyway, me and Wihapi, who was in Tūhourangi, we were standing together and we were both going, these guys are mean. And I felt really proud of both of you because, yous are my dogs. But also, he konui, I knew that song up north. I was like 19, Taitokero. And I've been thinking, because I always used to think these words are really, really weird. You know, that's probably the wrong word, but what is the te kaupapa behind tēnei waiata? We got told it was about koe nei te ahu o te hareru I te ringa, but I was like, okay, whatever. But what is it about? Is it about writing a song, writing letters?
Koe te whakamārama mai a Kori. He waiata I whakaakona ki a rātou, ki a koe rātou ki te tuhi, reta I te wā o te pakanga, ki ko rātou boyfriends.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, anaka ki te ngā āringa, porotaka he o te rā. Aua momo mea, no reira, kei te whakaako.
To be honest, I wasn't a fan.
Initially.
Yeah.
Next minute.
Well,
Maybe until 3 weeks ago.
it was a warm-up song for us. We just need to, we thought I would teach them as a warm-up. But I think Corey, you know, he knew that he wanted to do it. And Anaha was saying to me that Uncle Wetsex, he suggested that Matara should do it in 2019. I can't remember that, but...
When I sang it as my own waiata and Panes one time, Rangaputua Ono, he was there, he stood up and sang it with me.
True.
I'm not saying I planted the seed in him, but I know he knew it.
Yeah, true.
It was, words were a bit different, just the layout of the kupu, but he tūtahi mara, ki te waiata. So, you know, it's been around.
And well, you know, and to be honest, we weren't too sure how it was going to hit, because it's so different.
It was me and G. We were all there, me, we up here, and you could feel it in the crowd, especially when the boys come in on that top note, on the second verse or whatever. It was like, it was us being like, oh, quiet, and then the random ducks walking through the crowd. Yeah. But it was me and G. Okay, so you guys and Taumata Wapanui.
Yeah. Good on them.
The tuatahi ko ruatahi. That's pretty good effort for your first Matatini.
Phenomenal.
Amazing.
Phenomenal.
You know, like KΑHUI, they came out and won of their first Matatini, but the difference between 1986 and 2025 is quite large.
Yeah. So no, and love the performance, love the items.
I don't know what that is.
Love seeing Troy back on there. Hey.
Yeah.
Well, it might be Patupari, Tūruhu actions for Tūruhu words.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Someone should message us.
But let's talk about Te Taumata o Wapanui's build-up.
Yes.
You've been wanting to do this, eh?
What? The camp.
Show the items.
I have for a long time. For a long time, I've been wanting to, at least Timor or something, eh?
Yeah.
I think I was talking to Otene about this morning there, around, because Hati also had a bit of a social media, I wouldn't say campaign, but they were putting up stuff.
Oh, everyone was going.
Everyone was, and he said it quite nicely. He said that profile helps, and if you've got profile, well then people care about you.
Yeah.
And if you don't, well no one cares. And judges are humans as well.
Whether they like to admit it or not,
they are humans as
influenced
well.
by it.
And so when the judges are there,
Yeah.
like all of us, we're all wanting to know, what do the poo-poo look like? Hey, well, like all of us, when they're coming out, we want to know, oh, this is the song about Te Mea Te Mea. Hey,
Yeah, so no, I thought that was a great strategy by Te Taumata o Wapanui.
What's the risk factor though?
I was going to say
Yeah.
that.
Well, I mean, the risk
You
is
got to
not-
sell it.
Yeah.
And you have to meet the expectation
Yeah.
that you're creating of yourself.
Yeah.
I thought they, obviously they were, you know, way better than they were at the regionals.
Yes.
The regionals, maybe they didn't, I don't think they met the expectation.
I think the regionals was a wonderful practice
For
this.
Yep.
I.e., okay, now we've got our 4 weeks or 6 weeks or whatever down pat.
Yep.
Now we can do it better.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so they're first and second.
Rongo
you
mai,
guys?
Tuarua, Tuatoru te Heke Ngārangi, who won 2 items.
Yeah. Haka
and...
Poi.
and Poi.
Was it?
Yeah. Equal with Tūhairangi.
And Wiwi, wasn't it?
Ka Tuarua
Heke
Wiwi.
Ngārangi.
But this is where the pool system comes in, eh?
Well, that, you know, and I can imagine they would have been a little bit unhappy with that.
Hey, you win 2 items, you come first place in 2 items, but you still don't make the finals. Yeah.
Yeah, Kāroha, that was by half a mark.
Yeah.
Rātana, 4th again. Ohine Matoro, 5th, also, me mihi ana ki a tana whea mā. Did they perform to the taumata that they said at the regionals? Probably not. Engari e mihi ana ki a rātou. 5th is awesome. They came 13th overall.
I think that they were pretty awesome.
They're awesome. They're awesome.
Anyway,
Ruatoki.
ooh,
So
the
the
battle
two
of the
hoists.
cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6, te tū mataora. 7, te poho o hine kahukura with Jeffrey. Jeffrey e mau ana I tana hutu Casketeers, e ai ki a Tamati.
I take again. Jeff is a special type of dude, eh?
Oh,
and he's
good on
so
him.
special that. And did you? I saw.
I'm going to go on stage with a suit and shoes on.
He must have had a phone in there because he took a selfie on the
Yes,
stage.
they did, yeah.
They took a selfie. I don't know when they did it, whether or
No.
not they'd come in doing the kaitataki pass.
Yeah, it was then.
But it's still.
So here, my tākupu mai, Jeff, or anyone from Te Poho, if you're watching,
Yeah.
what was the purpose of the suit, please?
Yeah. Just because he wanted to
Asking
be the
for
man.
And where
friend.
can Chey get one?
Then
Ngā
after
pua o te
them,
kōwhara no roto mai o Ngāti Maniapoto, te ngā waihotanga, tuits. Te hau tawhiti no Ahitereiria, te kaumātahi, te ahia tahurangi, Pōneke, and manawa mai tawhiti also from Aussie, 13.
pretty amazing day. And you look at the caliber of from 1 to 13, pretty amazing. You could be from a perceived to be a lesser region in Hakas, but you're still mean.
Yeah.
You put that team in a Matatini 5 years ago, 6 Matatinis ago, they'd be doing mean, you know?
Whanake ana.
It's
Right.
so mean.
Another observation was there's, you know, ko te hunga rangatahi, he rahi ngā rangatahi nāne.
Yeah,
That's what I saw at the Poiri.
yeah,
Man, a lot of young groups.
yeah.
Engari.
Young tutors,
And that's probably why the taumatas
Young
come
leaders.
young leaders,
up. Young leaders,
young leaders, you're
young
right.
tutors.
Young tutors. And really, the young leaders and the young tutors have got none of the hang-ups. They don't care.
Yeah, yeah. Different way of operating too, you know.
Yeah, man,
No.
hey, if it's cool, let's go.
Yeah, and yeah, ko mutu ngā taira whakaweti o ngā rao muai.
Yeah.
E rā mo maihutanga. So yeah, me. Te awa.
The pool of all pools.
Tuatahi.
Tuatahi.
Rangi uhi in whangara.
Boom.
Nice. Nice.
Now, I've got nothing to do with that, really. KΑHUI in the back. Me mihi KΑHUI ki te ohu whakahaere, Haba, our tutors, Murray, Piwiki, George, ngā iwi katoa, Tux, JDB, I know I'm missing out some people here, but it was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was down there on the day to watch whangara. We were there for Te Hikuai and whangara. So we did go into Tokua group in the morning. And then we had to
We
practice.
watched you. We watched you on finals day.
I was there on
We
finals
only
day.
did the Haka Tautoko for you guys, but
Te Teira goes, Ani. Teira goes to me, bro, where did you fellas stay? I said, Devon. Oh, how many minutes from the venue? I go, about 4. He goes, and you still couldn't come and do a Haka Tautoko, eh?
the funniest thing is he set you guys up for that
Yes, he
because he
did.
did this exact same joke to Eugene, but Eugene bought right into it. Eugene went, oh yeah, bro, yeah, just one left and then a right and then we're there, bro. It was so good. We could have walked, bro. It was so easy. And then he goes, and you still couldn't do that. And then he goes,
To be fair, bro, in Auckland, we waited until after the announcement to practice, and then we practiced until 1 a.m. So on Friday, we practiced in the afternoon before the announcement.
Yeah. In Tamati, while we were walking with our pupu, he goes, oh, pupu, kei te whakaharatau. I was like, Carl, regatta.
you know why he was going, oh, because he was going, oh, we're not going to support your relationship.
Bro, they didn't go down there all week.
Anyway,
So firstly, with rangiwihi and whangara, that's awesome.
and me mehi kia Anipātene.
Ai, well, I ki te ai I muri. And I māta kia hui I rātou, and man, I thought, shit, they've come to do the damage. I kingi e tāmokwane te takakanohi, he said to me,
We're going to win.
well, he stopped short of saying we're going to win, but he
But
was, yeah.
That was the.
And
that
I was
the
worried.
hint. Hey, Yeah.
And so, tino ātāhua te ki te anipiki me ā rātou mahi, me te waiata mō tōna matua, mō hone, i ro te waiata āringa.
Oh, same thing. I actually...
And I love the guitar action.
Yeah, bro. I haere tāua ki tana tangihanga. And I felt a little bit emotional, when I was watching it. I was going, I clicked on, koe mo te papa. I was like, it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
And Derek also mentioned, I eke a tā Derek Lardeli, hei kai tāta ki tāne, first time.
First time?
Yeah.
Nee.
Kura tā tētahi mai ki hei.
Waihi, muri whenua. Oh, no, sorry,
Mōtai tangata rau.
Mōtai.
Tuarua.
Now, whether you were a fan or not, me mihi kia praone again for going, we're going to go, all of you guys going that way, we're going to go that way.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Now, Matai said this on the Whakata Māori podcast, and I want to pick up on it. He's got some valid points. He goes, I ni, I ka harawa te pupuhi o ngā mata i ngā regionals, I ai nei kua mōi o tātou, okay, koe ki te ki tātou I tēne. I don't know, but hey, it worked, man, because, bro, they were second to last on.
Yeah.
First on in the finals, we'll talk about that soon, but
yes.
they had a bit of an intense run.
Well, mihi ana kia praone I a rātou mahi, because they had a short run in as well.
Yeah.
They only started in the side of the new year, I think. Or
And mihi ana kia toti. Mihi ana
Kuna kia. Yeah, mean toti. Me te tau o ngā titonga, I whakamahi e rātou te reo atua. Ne, ko te pātai, me pēhea te whakawā I taua reo, ne.
You can't.
Yeah, you can. And so, I think that's a great strategy there. Good on them.
Me too. Me too. And I reckon that's a mind shift. I remember when I first started hunkering for Wewehi, it was a mind shift for me to get into that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But to go in and perform something that you would ordinarily, it'd be hard. It was all I'm saying. And it would be hard to do all of that mahi.
Praone also raised a couple of points about which we're going to talk about later. Te tuatahi ko te Māori, o te Matatini, e kōrero, e wānanga hi ana I tēnei wā, me he mea ka noho tonu ki roto o te tauhu. Ka tuku rānei mā tainui waka, tērā e pīkau, ana ka tū ke ki kirikiri roa. Hui no, ka wānanga tia tērā a ko tatāke nei, me te taha ki ngā kai whakawā. Ne, kei te whakawā tia te heo te takoto o te mati.
Ai.
Tērā mōhuatanga, and I agree with them on it.
We are going to deep dive into that.
Yeah.
Hoi anō, muri mai I a mōtai,
Muri whenua.
ngā uri o te hiku o te ika, muri whenua. And,
This was probably their best ever performance, I would say. Yep. And I think
they were half a mark off.
They were unlucky to miss out.
I would agree. I would 100% agree. Now, I te whānau Arataua, we came up with some memes in Anahi, poking a little fun at the amount of drums that were on the stage. Muri whenua had 2 drums going, and they're whakaeke. They had the bass one and the boo on the percussion there. It was me.
I thought they had a whole set. Well, I mean, ko ngā reo. I said it with respect.
Everyone had a bloody drum.
Everyone had something. Everyone had something.
Everyone had a drum.
You know what else?
And a suit.
People had? Flags.
Flags. Not everyone had flags, but everyone had drums.
Yeah, everyone had drums.
Everyone had drums. Even bloody Kawa was.
And cowboy hats.
And cowboy hats.
And cowboy hats.
On stage.
Yeah. Where does it end? So, after Muri Whenua, I'm a big fan now.
What I loved about Muri Whenua was tuatahi the mō teatea, talking about the closet ngāpuhi.
You're one.
And I feel like they were talking about
you.
Although I memihia ki te runanga o Ngāti o te Rarawa.
Yes.
I mihi mai mao ko te ngāwari.
Tell the whānau what they said. E mihi ana ki ngā uri o te Rarawa. I wiki tōria.
Yeah.
Kereama me te ngāwari.
I'm not closet. I'm just...
No.
Don't feel comfortable, really pumping that side. Because we're talking about our whakapapa here, whānau. Nothing else.
I don't know if I like the term puti te kāpata.
Yeah, well, whatever.
But whatever, it was funny to me. The mō te was funny.
That was awesome. And also was it the poi? And they had the e kororona
Yeah.
mō te kai?
Te whāngai ngā iwi, yeah. Hakari, was it Hakari Nui, I think was the name of it? Yeah, beautiful.
But yeah, so those are my two standout.
Well, the Waitai whānau, that's their specialty, ne?
And you know who?
Whāngai.
Standout performer? KārUI.
He's always a standout performer, bro. He's always like, I don't care what you think, I'm going hard.
Mean, bro.
He's mean.
Yep.
But just before we move on, I like the spears that they created.
Yeah.
The fluffs that they were wearing. I mean, I thought so, but I just wanted to double check with Thomas. He confirmed. Koera te hononga, ne? Koera haupo. Ko te waka tērā o te taitukera. Obviously, iu ki roto i a koutou. But, Ngāti Kuri, koera te kōrero, i whakatika hia te waka e ngā kiri o ngā seals, ne?
Well.
And then koera, ngā me maurātou.
Sure.
They couldn't get across dock.
Real
things,
seals.
real furs, but hoi anō koera te mihi.
I wondered. Nice.
Wai nā, tino pai.
Wai hirere, tua whā.
Why he did. They had a massive flag.
Wā ko te wepu tērā.
I know.
Ate ko te.
But we started the middle. Yeah.
Yep, me ana kia Ruth Ma. And you know what, it's always great to see Lolo on stage, eh?
Yep.
The goat.
Yep.
The absolute goat.
She's up there.
Yep.
And our bro Montel, he's sitting right here. And Tauira mai tapiti. Now, I would say Montel, he was being quiet in the campaign. Every bloody day here at Arataua, we were talking, especially on a Monday or a Friday. How's the practice?
Show us your bracket.
Montel sitting over there just being quiet. And I was watching them. I go, these guys are mean. Montel.
Mean
Play with
Montel.
my emotions.
Beautiful tribute to Ricky by Tamate Rerewa.
Yep. The choral, it was in your choral, eh? And using hikairo parts of there, I was like,
You know what else was impressive? The Bruce mullet.
Montel's.
And
The drummer boy.
stunt.
The drummer boy with the mataora.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's dirty. That is very dirty.
Yeah.
That mullet.
Yeah.
Hoeno. Te hikuwai.
Always got beautiful singing, ngā reo waiata, and I don't know, the ladies are the strength in Tauira. And it was mean. It was mean. Number 6.
Te hikuwai and te tahatu. Of course, te tahatu without Hemi Titan this time.
They were cleaner, G. I like the KΑHUI upgrades. More tinihanga that they did.
Nice.
Hone Tauban in there. Whakawhitiropu ia. I think that they were, maybe didn't quite have the, the punch that having Matohemi has comes out of it.
And cuts us.
Yeah, just yes.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately they were cleaner.
Nice. I rawe hoki te mātaki a te hikuwai.
Yes.
Yep. Te kapahaka o Muriwai Hakara. Ngā tamariki a ko Muriwai. I reira mātou a tinana. Ki te mātaki ki te tautoko. Did we do a hug? No, we didn't. But well, we were there. We were absolutely there.
Yes, yeah. Well, you know, all the groups kept walking off fast, so kaore haka.
And te hoko whitu atu made their return as well.
Yes.
So ko tētahi o ngā tamahine, Uncle Muriwai I tū mā te hikuwai, and ko tētahi ko Matarena I tū mā te hoko whitu atu.
And tētai atu, te tuhi,
Mā whangara.
mō whangara. Pretty good.
Yeah. Yep, no, I tāhua te tū, and actually, I've always been a fan of te hoko whitu atu since te poho.
Yeah, since Anipātene, Anipātene's dad was in there.
Was in there, yes. Te kapahaka o Kahungunu, tua waru, tua iwa te tū te manoa maurea, ngā taonga mai tawhiti pōneke me te pūao te kaumatahi. And that brings us to the end of our pools.
Yeah.
So just before we move on, prelims, te Pauamanga Tāwhiti.
Took it out.
Took it out.
And they took it out by half a mark. Okay, so the question before we get into the finals, do you like the pool system?
I think it gives opportunity for, you know, groups to get into the finals.
Yes.
Like new groups.
Yes.
And yeah, so we don't see the same teams over and over again. And if the same teams are the best, then they'll get through regardless, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think if we pull away from the pooling system, then the judging system has to change too, because you're still going to get groups in the afternoon favoured over groups in the morning, aren't you?
The fact that you guys won from first kind of debunks a lot of that whakaaro though. But yes, overwhelmingly, the later groups did better than the earlier groups.
Yeah. But you're
you
talking
guys won
about
your
going
pool,
from
so.
15 groups to potentially 50.
Yeah.
And just, that's it, first past the post wins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're going to change the pooling system, then you probably have to change the whole system.
I agree. I like the pools. I like the pools. I think
don't
the
mind
pools
the
are
pools at the moment.
exactly what you were saying. It allows your different rōpūs to come through. And then who knows, on the finals day, ka rewa anō, eh?
But yeah, I mean, Rātana and Muri Whenua would say actually do away with the pooling system, because if that was the case, they might have made it, you know.
Well, they wouldn't have. They came 11th.
Oh, true.
Muri Whenua came
Yeah.
11th, but because of all of the equals, you know, yeah. It's Kahurangi and Hekinga would have.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hoi anō. So, Matangirua, ne? Ngāti Whakaue number tahi. Ngāti Whakaue number rua, outright. Ngāti Manako, number 3. TPM, number 4. Apanui, Wakas, 2 Haurangi, Toa, Whangara. Now, was Toa and Whangara the same? Yes.
Yeah.
Equals Tera. Ngāti Rongo mai, Angitu, and then Motai. That was the finals, how the cookie crumbled.
Nice.
I te mutunga. Buzzy between the top 3, ne? Ngāti Whakaue smashed everyone by 2.5 marks. Now in the finals, you've got to say that's quite a gap.
I think last Matatini was 2, eh?
Apanui Wira,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, real?
Yeah.
Okay. Where were you in Ngāti Manako? The gap between us was 1/4 of a mark. That's buzzy.
Wow.
Woo.
Good on you, bro.
From our little analysis, and correct me if I'm wrong, key analysis lady, Ngāti Whakaue and Ngāti Whakaue were the only ones that bumped up. Everyone lost points
Oh, true.
in the finals. Lost points. And we were the only teams that gained.
What did you change up?
We changed nothing. That was part of the thing, you know, and mihi anō ki a Maruchi. I mean, yes, and the Poi Haba does quads. That's probably the only thing we changed in the bracket. Oh, and in the Haka, the boys did more witty, because everyone got the witty comment. You know, so the boys, your witty was going from this to this. But yeah, I mean, you know, Kia Murray Burry comes out, he goes, nah, boys, we're not changing anything. Yeah, or you go full beam, and you go more wordy, and he was saying, it's like you, kare whaka e kōrero ngā kōrero katoa, but he said enough for us to believe.
Yep.
Which was mean.
Yeah, mean.
You know who said something mean? Carl Ross. Did he come through you guys?
Yeah. But I'm not going to say what he said in that one.
Same. He said something too, but I felt it from what I'm hearing from other people that were in the finals. It sounded like he said some of the similar things to all of us, but then he changed it up depending on your rōpū. But I was sitting in there going, yeah.
Nah, you don't want to be
Yeah.
bit of a rev up.
Yeah. And you go, ooh, I haven't heard this kōrero before. Yeah. No, it was mean. You know what was funny to me? E te whānau, and this wasn't just a finals, it was every bloody day, was the shuttling from the holding area to the stage. And you're passing through the public.
Yeah.
And then before you go, they go, okay, we're going to go early at Te Whānau because we're competing with the road, with foot traffic, with the KĀHUIs and kaumatuas are getting shuttled down. And then you're driving and then you go,
I loved it.
That was
I loved
awesome,
it.
mate.
Yeah, early in the morning, could see all the people that
Lined
were
up.
lined up. And I saw all my whānau, all my friends before, so it was mean.
Yeah.
all of those people on our prelims day, as we were driving down, they were walking away.
Oh.
Kāre ino ki te mata.
Kāre ino ai, they're probably trying to get to their car park or that, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, you know.
No, it was beautiful, and you know, considering all of the criticism that Te KΑHUI MAUNGA was copying in the lead up to the festival, I thought it was a beautiful festival. I spent a little bit of time in the crowd, I haria I ngā tamariki ki ngā toa, and they ātahua. Great setup.
I actually like the tiered seating, the bowl, because you know, I mean, I don't know when the last time you guys sat in the crowd for a long period of time, but I took the girls there for the experience last Matatini. We sat in the crowd, and even if whānau put tarpaulin over their heads, you can't see.
Yeah.
So the tiered system allowed people to come in with chairs, and you could still see over.
Yeah.
I quite liked it.
It was great.
The lack of shade is an issue, but that's everywhere.
Lack of shade, but the access was great. Easy. Parking was okay.
I don't know. The walking up and down the hill to get in and out was a bit
but they had the golf carts there for our kaumātua.
But the parking, they were giving out $700 fines, eh? Yeah, they had parking people going up and down, so whenever people would arrive, they were telling, make sure your rego, your warrant is thing, because, they were they were walking up and down the road. Yeah.
Council people.
Giving them, council people. Yeah, someone told me that there were a handful. $700. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
KΑHUI and I in the mornings would go down, we had a little coffee place just down the road from us, so our morning hikois, we'd go get some coffees. And obviously, you know, KΑHUI with the moko KAUI, she gets some random people, kia ora! I go, I forget it. We're Māori. Kia ora!
Yeah. But kāri tino rongo I te kaikiritanga I I thought it was, I mean, you wouldn't know that Te Matatini was on because there weren't many
that was a bit of a
stuff,
bummer.
But I think there was still a buzz in the air, and they appreciated having us all there. Yeah. Irawi.
Which was your better stand?
My better stand.
I felt better coming off after the first day. But I think we definitely collectively had a better stand on the second day.
Yeah.
What was your better stand?
I agree. I felt better after the first day, but I think I was just sad after finals because it's finished. Yeah. But I think I performed probably better on. My hair was better on.
Tell us the truth.
My hair was better on prelims, I thought.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but loved both performances.
I was just glad I made 2 mistakes in the prelims and about 3 in the finals. That's a great stand, really. Hey, and I was glad that none of them got caught by the camera. Boom!
I made a mistake that was caught on camera and caught by the judge.
Hey, tētahi I roto I tō mea, that was me e te whānau.
I was like, sorry guys. Interesting fact, our waiataringa was our lowest marked item.
That's buzzy, eh? Someone gave it the hair kōraro.
We got a 97.5 by one judge. So we're going to talk about that next day.
Yes.
Because, you know, how in 2025 are we still getting beautiful kōrero 99, or 97.5, and you've got, because essentially that's 5 points if you're taking off 0.5s, 5 marks off, but 3 reasons.
Okay, let's get into it. I reckon, let's talk about judges. I think we need a system, or we need to be, as a people, as kaihaka, as tutors, or whatever, as people, we need to be okay with judges just saying, I didn't like the song. And maybe as judges, they're going, shit, how do I say that these guys, the song I thought was dumb, but kauri koe I wiri, 97, you know? Why can't, you know, and I'm not saying, I'm not putting words in these judges' mouths, but I look at some of the judging, and there's some low marks for a lot of these judges. Now, one could say they were really harsh, and again, they're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't, but surely I think some of those really low marks were due to them just maybe not a fan of that item.
Or maybe they didn't like the previous item.
Yeah. Or that. I didn't think about that, eh?
So they're judging you on another item.
Yeah.
Which
Or
probably
maybe you
happens.
did a story about them and...
Which could also be true. Yeah, no, but I think definitely, you know, it needs to be reviewed. I tū te hui I te rātapu, mā ngā kaiwhakahaere o ngā kapa me ngā kaiwhakawā. Apparently not many people turned up, understandably. But definitely, you know, the judging criteria needs to be reviewed. The judging selection, I think more transparency around there.
Yes.
Because what usually happens is
The
kapa
rohes
will
choose.
the rohe will nominate, and then in the decision for whoever is placed as a judge.
Based on votes.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it's the amount of votes.
Yeah,
that
but
this
the
one
ultimate
judge-
decision is up to the executive, eh?
Well, that's how they did
And,
it. This
and
one.
for me,
They.
that's not the case.
I agree. Kare pai ki te.
Greater transparency.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
because who's picking who? If, for example, someone pulled out and Pakeke came in, and Pakeke was great, give us 100. But who's picking that person? Eh?
Yeah.
But what's the process?
And the other question, Anipātene, well, what questions, I mean, you did all the analysis for us. What questions did you have around judging?
You know, after hearing all of the comments from the different kapa, is that if you're judging an item, there need to be specifics on what you can and can't judge in that item. You
Like
know, for
what?
example, like KΑHUI is a guitar strap a KΑHUI.
Yes, you've stolen my thunder.
Yeah.
A group another group that I've heard of got marked down in the KΑHUI because they had two different guitar straps. They weren't matching.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
that is stupid.
Yeah, and then, you know, so I think there should be like a bullet point of like, here's how you stay in your lane.
But then are we restricting our judges by doing that? Going, because then, if they, let's say it's the
Well, you could. Oh.
whakaeke, and then we go, okay, just to give our judges some points to mark on. All right, whakaeke, you need to have to cross this line. You need to start at the back there.
Yeah,
You
well-
must have a poi. You must be
Yeah.
blah blah blah. I think, you know, how long is a piece of string when we're giving them criterias?
Maybe not like the you must, here's the you don'ts. Like, don't take points off for this. That's not, like, don't take a point off for,
I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it is hard because it's up to how the judges interpret the rules. Eh? So, for
yeah.
example, the rule about the whakawātea is a judge must make an attempt. The couple
Aropu.
must make an attempt to
To
clear the
leave.
stage either back, left, or right.
Wherever you think that is.
But then the judge says, "You didn't clear it enough."
Yeah. What is enough?
Take
Yeah.
off the mark, you know what is enough?
Yeah.
That should be clearly stipulated, or they should have a wānanga about that because
There needs to be they need to quarter up like a 4 square line. Hey, quarter up the stage, and you need to have passed at least halfway on one of those lines.
yeah.
yeah. But then even I think for like a kaupapa as big as Te Matatini, that there should be a lot of wānanga happening amongst the judges and the kaiwhakahaere in preparation for Te Matatini, so everyone's on the same page anyway.
Yeah.
Like, you know, tātou ngā hunga kaihaka, e whakapaukaha ana i a mutu ngā wiki, there should be like, they should be working hard in preparation
Oh, totally.
as well
Well,
to
greater,
so, like, give us the best.
yeah. I think we should have the best people on there too, and no disrespect to our kaiwhakawā from
yes.
this year, but when you have judges who are taking marks off in the reo for elongating a vowel that doesn't have a tohu or maybe not, then what happens, you know, where's the poetic license in there?
I heard one judge took off a mark of one ropuhu for not whakahuaing the sound. Guess where that ropuhu
Oh,
from?
no.
Whanganui. I'm sorry to laugh, but that is stupid, isn't
That's
it?
stupid. That's stupid. That's stupid.
Now, I think though that now there's been an argument that all the judges should have stood at Matatini. They need to be kaihaka. Now, I chucked the spreadsheet into ChatGPT.
No names.
Gave me some no names. Gave me some interesting sort of things to think about. ChatGPT said straight away, first point, the importance of te reo, eh? Mito te reo was quite important. But then I asked it to who are the most consistent and who are the biggest variety, the ones who are Santa Clauses sometimes and Grinches sometimes. And it ain't the ones that we're thinking that were the best.
Yeah.
And some of the ones that we think probably should be all the time,
Yeah.
they were the most inconsistent, you know? So, so I think it's interesting when we say, our judges, you need to have done te mea. And I actually agree with that sometimes, but we shouldn't be quick to be bagging some of these judges who maybe we haven't quite heard of, because really you look at some of if they were Grinches, you look across the line, they were pretty consistent.
Yeah.
They were Grinches along the whole way.
Yeah, but I mean, they could have been making a bad decision 55 times.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what irks me. Is that why, you've got some academics who are judging who haven't composed the song, who haven't tutored, who haven't done kapahaka, therefore don't understand. Hey, they're only looking at it from a academic perspective and how our word is written, that's how it should sound. And that's not how our mōteatea are. So, kira taku amama.
Ortene said, now I wanted to push us to what are some actual possibilities we could do with judging. I quite like this. Now this goes back to our earlier discussion a few years ago with Praone. Praone told us te tuahine that we need a wanamita incorporated into the judges, because then that would answer what I was saying before around maybe if they just don't like the song, or the kaori rongo, ne, I te mauri. And then Ortene said, well, what if we still keep the 4 judges, but 2 of them are totally only about technical stuff? So if it's the poi or whatever, then you need to comment on how the poi flows. I don't know. I don't know what you would talk about in the poi. But 2 of them technical, and then 2 of them only about vibe, even the crowd. You know, how you felt. I don't think anyone felt that song.
Yeah.
90, you know?
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, I don't know. There's too much room for interpretation again for me. You know, what's everyone has a different measure of wana.
Yeah.
Everyone has a different feels wana through different things.
Okay.
So
Have you
something
thought of
that we think might be wonderful.
Yeah, wonderful. I like that. That's a T-shirt.
If I had the opportunity to make
No.
a
Yes.
competition,
Yes.
which we're going to get to,
Yes.
then I would go less judges. They judge the whole performance, not an item, and at the end they show their card. Is it a 10? Is it a 1?
Because you know.
Because in there you're giving them license to feel the wana as well of the whole performance, not of just one item.
There is another question that arises when we're talking about inconsistencies and maybe some of the judging taking away marks for the guitar straps not matching. You know, what are the matatoki doing?
Well, that's right.
Now, iti whānau, if you don't know what the matatoki is, ki taku mohu, correct me if I'm wrong, it used to be that the head judge would go and police all of these things, but then there's bloody 40 judges, so who can do that? So now there's a matatoki for every. Now the matatoki is meant to be like almost like a scrutineer type thing, a prihimana per genre of thing. They get a matatoki. What is the matatoki doing? If Ngāti Whakaue's action song, if 3 judges are going, whoa, and then 1 judge is going, that was terrible. Surely the matatoki, or the other way, the Grinch judge is going 97, 97, 97, 97, and all of a sudden, Hundi.
Yeah.
Well, the matatoki must need to ask a question, at least a question.
Surely.
Hey,
Same thing with a judge taking off a mark without giving a reason.
yeah,
Hey.
yeah.
So for example, there was another judge who took off a mark and was able to state the word that she saw the mistake in, you know. And if it's that clear, then all good.
Or like another judge goes, kaore I wiri, kaore hoki I ngātahi te takahi, 97.
Yeah.
Now, is that actually worth 3 marks or 6 marks in the 0.5?
Yeah, that's right.
I would argue no,
Yeah.
but okay. But then the matatoki should be asking them, hey, and me going,
Well, there are
hey,
inconsistencies as
e
well.
hoa?
Some judges are taking 0.5 off.
Yep.
No
0.5.
And some judges are taking off more than a point.
Yes.
So there needs to be consistency.
Yeah, I like the wānanga around what are the do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
I'm not too keen on giving them a set sort of format, for lack of a better term, of how to judge. Because then that takes away, kapa haka is a wairua thing.
Yeah.
You can get up and sing He Kōnui He Kōrua, and if I sing it, you go, that's a shit song. And then you guys come up and sing it, and you go, that's an amazing song. You know, there needs to be room for interpretation, I think.
Yep, yep. And that's why if you just judge the whole performance as a whole, and let the wairua, tell us what you feel after the whole performance.
The more and more I think about it, I go back to your original idea around the ranking system.
Yeah.
And then you just go, and then you go, actually, nah, that was me, nah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Ngāti Whakaue actually was my favourite today, and then, but, and then you go, bang.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there's no equals.
We need to wrap it up.
We need to wrap it up. I'm sorry. Okay. What are some of our online comments? Anipātene?
Okay.
Online questions? Because, Bo, when we put it out on IG, there were a fair few swipes worth of questions. Hit us.
So number 1, as kaihaka, what could te Matatini do to improve your experience? Tēnā koe, Casey. This is a great pātai. I've thought about it. I think we should get kaihaka care packs and a kaihaka lounge. I think that'll be great.
It used to be called the beer tent. But we're so older now that, no.
Well, after our whakawhanaunga on Saturday night, I think we definitely need to bring it back. It was great.
But I like that question, eh?
Yeah,
Because
it is.
I get a vibe sometimes that actually the kaihaka are the least thought about in this whole thing.
Was there going to be a big white tent for us? No.
Yeah, exactly. or you know how many times Anipātene's photo from last Matatini got shared and used? Yeah. Did you get asked about any of that? Exactly, you know? And I bet they paid whatever marketing crew to come up with that. I bet you didn't get any money, you know?
All of that.
I think that the kaihaka, and actually, yeah, I agree. There needs to be more focus on the kaihaka.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, I care pack, so my only te Matatini thing isn't my kaihaka.
One of those,
photo from
Matatini
practice.
T-shirts, eh? With all the ropus or something.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Just more greater respect for the entreatment of kaihaka.
I agree.
Yeah, well, when you think about the Olympics, eh?
Well, that's right.
Like, awa mo mai huatanga.
Yeah. No, that's a great
Kaihaka
question.
are the product.
Yeah. Ki te kore ngā kaihaka,
Koera.
you ain't got nada.
Yeah.
Another
I
one. Kaihaka swaps for finals.
How many swaps you fellas have?
We had 5.
We had 1. Another ropi that we heard of was swapping 20 and then
Had to cut it back to 10.
had to cut it back to 10
So you
because
get 50
you can only
passes.
register 50. But that groups are swapping.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense.
Hey, arguably Whakahui had one of the greatest swaps. Bring in Tome.
The bomb
Hey, boom! Hey.
Yeah. For me, a greater something to improve on would be this is from a personal perspective, somewhere for our takiwātanga tamariki. There's nothing. And it's actually, Rangipo said that there's nowhere for our kids with takiwātanga to go. That'll be great.
Yeah.
I agree,
Especially
actually.
with how loud, much is going on, eh?
I agree. I do want to give an honourable mention, and I know he was in a kapahaka group, I forget. I want to say he was actually a kaitazaki. But he was the matua in the yellow t-shirt telling everyone to sit down.
Oh, at the front
At the front. He took his job seriously.
Yeah. I think I got a video of him telling me.
Hello! No. It's funny. He was telling, no. He goes, no, people, and then this matua came on a wheelchair, like an electric wheelchair, and he goes, coal.
I was trying to film Angitu one day.
Yeah, Matua.
Trying to film Angitu. I didn't know. Well, no, I knew you can't film. And then in my video, someone's coming into.
But
oh.
that same matua, I thought I was going to go and get a growling from him because I was sitting with some of my te pūo whānau and we were laughing. Oh, he's really good. I was like, I'm going to go over there. And I went over and sat next to an auntie of mine and he goes, kia ora pū. have a selfie with you. Okay, cheer Okay, what are some other questions?
But e mihi ana ki ngā tūao katoa.
Oh,
All of the haumaru, all of the volunteers.
The volunteers
did a great
sitting
job.
at the back where the groups are coming in. They don't get to see any hakas.
Yep.
They're sitting in the sun all day. You know, they did an amazing job.
Amazing job.
Right.
Any other questions?
Yes. What other non-aggregate awards would you add? So, for example, like best solo, duet, trio,
Best
guitarist.
Best guitarist needs to get in there. I would
Best
I would
kawa.
I would delete the Tohunga Hou,
Titonga hau.
Titonga Hou. I'd delete all of those. And then I'd replace them with, I think, a more meaningful, not a meaningful, because they're great, but I don't see how te hangai. We've already got an award for Waiata Aringa. We've already got an award for Haka. Why do we need to have an award for Tuhinga? I feel like this is something that the real people brought in.
No, it's probably encouraging our people to compose songs rather than going to get old songs, which we're doing at the moment.
Well, whatever, but I would bring in, best guitarists.
Yep.
I would bring in, even moko. Ropu with most moko, or something. I don't know how
I
you
like the crowd favourite one.
Yeah.
Oh, what was it?
People's Choice.
Kohine.
People's Choice.
Yeah.
I like that. What about the best kaihaka?
Oh,
Male, female, they have that at KΑHUI. Best kaihaka, male, female. There we go.
How would you judge that?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know, something on the app. Tick them up.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Any other questions? I mean, there were thousands.
Yeah, there were heaps. Fittest kapa?
Who was that?
Who do you reckon? Who do you reckon is the fittest kapa?
Te mātāna i ora.
I know
Is she? Oh,
someone
maybe,
is
maybe
probably,
Wakahui, maybe.
I was going to say, I know someone is probably angling towards Hiko in Pikikotuku, ne?
Yeah.
And they're a fit group too, because they're doing a lot of running around. But Wakahui, you
what's
look
their-
at per
what's their
capita
build-up?
of the team and who's all running and walking around and stuff.
Yeah.
Wakahui is pretty up there. I would say Ngāti Whakaue could be up there too.
Ngāti Whakaue, yep.
Montel would lift the Tauida's fittest thing per capita just himself.
Yep, would be near the bottom. Oh, well, Anipātene more people.
Or Matua. What's another one?
Have we talked about the changing or the numbers yet?
Hit us.
So strategies to cut down numbers, because that was a long week.
It was.
Yes, and I've got the perfect strategy right here, Whānau.
I'll just say, before you tell us your strategy, we were last on both days. We were last in the whole comp and then last in the finals. I felt like we were getting tired just from waiting.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It was long, man.
Yeah.
And then it'd probably be the same for those couple who stood on the first day.
Yeah.
Waiting around, you know? I know the bro too Houding, they went to go play golf, which I wish I could. But yeah.
No, I agree. Cut it back. It'll be more economical. It'll be easier for the smaller regions to cater to. So 55 groups was a lot, and there's 55 groups in the kaitautoko and other spectators and VIPs. So cut it back to 35, I reckon.
I think, but it's just about the
That's
quota
35.
system.
That's
Just
35.
increase the quota system. That's all.
What do you mean?
You know how it's currently, I don't know, is it 2 to 4 kappa gets you 1?
Yeah.
Or whatever, just...
Yeah, but people
I
will still
don't know
manipulate
if-
the
yes.
rules.
Because
People
like
are already doing it.
people can make groups now, like kind of easily as well to get through. Like Ngāti Whakaue, when we needed more groups, it was easy to make groups, and that would probably
People are making groups literally on the side of the stage.
Well, then they need to stop that.
Hey.
They need to say, you need to be registered 2 weeks before or a week
No,
before.
I think just cut it back to 35. This is your quota. This is how many teams you get through, regardless of how many teams perform. And that's that.
Really?
But if you have 35 groups, then Nelson could cater to that, couldn't he?
Yes, and that's the thing, eh?
And that's what I mean.
55 teams.
Too many.
Or was it 55?
It's cost effective because you don't have 50 judges. You don't need,
I don't think we need 50 judges anyway.
Yeah.
I think we need to do away with the Olympic system.
Yep.
I think they will get to 3 judges. Then at least That's one judge in every item gone. I think the non-aggregates can do more than one. So the non-aggregates could do, I don't know, Kaitatiki Tāne and something else, kākahu or something, you know. If we did away with the titonga hou and whatever the other ones were and included them with more crowd and people-friendly ones, i.e. best guitarist, that could be our Maria, best guitarist, you know, those sorts of things. Then it makes inclusive a little bit more, and then that way it drops down the numbers as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Because that judges' tent was huge. And I was looking on the finals, you know, half of those judges didn't judge on the finals. No. They're standing around watching. It's like,
yeah, totally.
Yeah, so there's non-aggregates, they could do 2, possibly 3. Okay, honourable mention as well, Wanamihi to my te Waipona Mufana. We took home 3 awards.
Sure.
Obviously, People's Choice, which is pretty mean. That's pretty mean.
Check it out on TikTok if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Te kuru marutau.
They did pretty mean. People's Choice, which was great. So, tēnā tātou. What else? Yeah, that's me. So, where is it going?
Well, at the moment, we don't know. Kei te tauihu tonu te Māori.
Did they get the Māori?
Well, they, on paper, they are...
I thought they didn't give over the Māori.
Well, they didn't, but it's supposed to be going there.
It's a little bit of
in April. Prani did say in this whai kōrero that he had the backing of the kingitanga and the Tainui committee had the backing of the kingitanga, and through the Tainui waka links to te tauihu o te waka, through Ngāti Whakaue and the likes.
I thought there were 20 million iwis down there.
Well, they are.
Yeah, so one might say, that's great, but what about the other ones?
But that has not been confirmed.
Yeah.
So
I think I saw RNZ share some stories. They interviewed Mr. Carl Ross, and he said in the interview that we are going to need to go back to the drawing board and do some rangahau and some looking there. Because to be fair, and he's right, Taranaki, the region, was saying, we host WOMAD every year and stuff, but WOMAD was not te Matatini.
Yeah.
It was not 55 groups, however many thousands of people, all day, every day for a week and a half probably, you know, to be fair. And so what he's saying is that even compared to 2 Matatinis ago, this comp is way bigger. There are way more people now. And when we did the distributing of all of the names and the regions, we didn't know that it was going to be this big. So we need to think about this. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, or cut it back to 35. Yeah.
Hey, rather than going Tainui Waka, they should go Aoraki Waka and move it to Christchurch.
Nelson's all good, I reckon. Like
so you want to keep it at Nelson?
I don't mind. I think the travel is the issue.
It is.
Yeah.
And Agon.
True.
And Agon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or just bring it back to Rotorua.
Yep. Okay. Who was your favourite group?
Well, whānanga Matatini.
Yeah.
I'm a fan from way back. I watched them live. Loved it. You know, quite theatrical. But yeah, I enjoyed watching Tūhurangi.
Me too. I felt sorry for our man, Mr. Wihapi, because when they're coming in to do the Taiaha demo, they cut to Te Māori. And he's not doing any rākau work. He's just standing there like this. And then it cuts back to Wihapi and he's just turned. Oh, God, bro.
What I will say is I watched you guys live on the final and I actually thought, shit, these fellas could do it.
It was mean. Who's your favourite group? Outside of yourselves, obviously.
My favourite group, to be honest, probably Te Taumata Apanui.
They were mean.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed them. Aku whanaunga, they were beautiful. So, yeah. I liked
them too. I like in the finals and in the prelims actually, but I liked the beginning part of the poi because all of the men, they do Dopa! And then they go into it. It's really funny. My favourite group, there's a few. I really, 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 really liked you guys, but Ngāti Manako.
Sure.
They were my favourite probably. You guys, Ngāti Manako. And to be fair, I like Tūhurangi as well.
Yep.
Oh yes, I like Tūhurangi too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Firmly?
I do.
Okay.
Happy.
There's another honourable mention. E te whānau, you need to go onto IG and find Ngāpuhi Iwi Social Services. Because there was a girl who's trying to steal my bro's donut. And it is a funny piece of...
That is great.
It's a minute and a half. It's a minute and a half. And it just keeps giving the goods.
Yeah, yeah.
And like right from the beginning,
Yeah, yeah.
all the way to the end.
Yeah. All of this, baby.
It is a funny piece of content. And I don't think they knew, or even she knows, that this is
What was going to happen?
Yeah. But it is a bit of
It is-
funny content.
My interview of the week.
Yeah, it is. Hey, once again, ko tai ki te wā, we've been talking way too long. But e mihi ana, kia kōrua, and e mihi ana ki te taonga nei. Whakarangati rā mai te hōtaka nei. There have been a few people that I've heard over the years in different board meetings saying that we don't respect the competition. Ne? That's quite the contrary, really. We are ultimate fans.
That's right.
And it is an honour and a privilege to be able to yarn like this
It is.
and to wānanga these kaupapa.
Yeah.
And whether or not we had a camera in front of us, or like how we were on a Sunday night at a random establishment,
Yeah.
these are the yarns that are going.
Mm-hmm.
And it is an honour and a privilege to be able to do it, especially with our taonga.
Yep. Me mihi hoki au ki ngā tamariki, me ngā mātua nui te motu. All of our parents looking after our kids while we're away at practice and even the week of the Matatini.
Yep.
For me, they're the real heroes. And
Totally.
mihi ana kia koutou katoa tamariki mā.
Yep.
O tira ngā mātua hoki.
All of the whānaus, all of the kaihakas. So anyway, ka kite.
Everybody that I know,
Yeah, they down with this.
Pātai atu ki ngā iwi.
Cause they down with this.
You try but you can't see me.
Cause I'm down with this.
Whakarongo and you know.
Yeah, I'm down with this.